Your baby can communicate before they can even talk, and their hands are key. I'm Dr. Mona, pediatrician and mom. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Seriously, it really helps this channel grow. And today I'm sharing how baby sign language works, common misconceptions, the top signs to start with, and the common mistakes I see parents make. And just a quick note before we start. Baby sign language borrows some gestures from American Sign Language, but it's not the same as full ASL. In this video, I'll be using American Sign Language versions of baby signs, since that's what's most common here in the United States. But if you're watching from another country, keep in mind that local sign languaging may be used differently. Let's get into it. Baby sign language uses simple hand gestures paired with spoken words in real-life moments. It's part of normal communication development, right alongside waving, pointing, and nodding. Signing isn't meant to replace spoken language, and it's not a therapy. If you ever have concerns about your baby's hearing or speech development, talk with your pediatrician or speech-language pathologist. You can also check out my YouTube videos on speech development and delays. Both dive deeper into what typical communication progress looks like and when to seek help. Babies know exactly what they want long before they can say it. Signs help them show you. Remember, it's not just language, it's communication and language. And long before spoken words, babies communicate, whether through cooing, eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, or signing. That simple bridge between thought and language can reduce frustration, prevent some tantrums, and build connection because they're finally feeling understood. It also strengthens that brain pathway that connects gesture, sound, and meaning. And here's what research shows. Signing does not delay speech. In fact, it often supports it because you're reinforcing words in more than one way, visually, verbally, and socially. So it's not just cute, it's communication in action. And if you want more ways to encourage speech and language, be sure to watch my videos on toddler speech milestones and how to boost language through play. They pair perfectly with this topic. If you're finding this helpful already, take a second to subscribe. It's a simple way to keep getting pediatrician back tips every week on this channel so it can continue to grow. Communication builds in layers. First comes eye contact. Babies learn to lock eyes with you as early as 6 weeks. Then joint attention, both of you focusing on the same thing, and gestures and signs, their first intentional way to share meaning. And then finally, spoken words. So when your baby starts using a sign consistently, that is going to count as a word early on. For example, if your baby signs milk every time they want to feed, that's one word. And if they also say ba for ball, now they have 2 words. The goal is connection and not perfection. Signs are simply another tool to help them communicate on purpose. You can start modeling signs around 6 months when your baby begins copying simple actions. Most babies start signing back anywhere between 8 and 12 months, though it's totally normal if it takes longer. Start with simple signs that actually matter in your daily routine, and I'll be going through all of these in more detail. Always pair the sign with the spoken word and the real-life action. Say all done as you take the bowl away, and make sure you stick around for common myths and misconceptions. Babies learn through repetition and warmth and not pressure, so skip the pop quizzes and just model naturally. And make sure everyone who cares for your baby uses the same few signs so the learning can stay consistent. Let's clear up a few common misconceptions and myths. Myth 1, signing delays speech. False. Studies show that it actually supports overall communication and language development, and may even help babies start using spoken words sooner because they're actually practicing intentional communication. Think of it as giving their brain an early workout for communication skills. Myth 2, it's only for babies with hearing loss. Absolutely not. All babies use gestures, pointing, waving, clapping, and signing just built on what their brains are naturally wired to do. It helps them express needs clearly before words come. Myth 3, you need an official class. This is useful if you want to really incorporate more signs into your child's life. But you don't always need one. What matters most is consistency. Daily routines, mealtime, diaper changes, bedtime are your best classroom. Your baby learns through repetition and your voice, not flashcards or drills. Myth 4, it's confusing. Actually, babies can link a word, a sign, and its meaning far earlier than most parents think. They see your hand, hear the word, and experience that moment all at once, and that combination builds powerful memory connections. And finally, it's the same as ASL. It's not. ASL is a full, rich language with its own grammar and culture. Baby Sign borrows a few gestures from ASL to help hearing babies communicate early, and using those signs respectfully is key. Always acknowledge that what you're teaching is inspired by ASL, not replacing it. And if you like breaking down common parenting myths with me, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can catch future videos like this one on topics that come up every day in pediatrics and parenting. Here are some pitfalls I often see. Turning it into a quiz, asking, what's the sign of milk? Can you say milk? Instead, model it naturally while saying the word milk. Asking instead of stating. Say more, not more, and then you associate the sign with the action, and this will make more sense in the next section. Signing too quickly or outside your baby's view. Slow down and keep your hands visible. Overcorrecting if your baby's version looks different. That's okay. Consistency matters more than perfection. Expecting instant results. Many babies watch for weeks or months before trying on their own. And my favorite gentle reminder, don't make it performative. Don't turn your baby into a show pony. Avoid show grandma your sign unless your baby initiates. Signs are for communication, not performance. Here are my top 10 first signs and why they matter. There are plenty of signs out there, but these are the ones both my kids used early because they fit into routine and daily needs. Think meals, transitions, and basic communication. And just a quick note before we jump in, I am not a trained ASL interpreter. I learned these from creators who teach signs for babies, especially Signing Babies, who's still active, and Sign and Grow, who was wonderful but isn't actively posting online anymore. Eat. Eat. Food. Food. Here's how to do it. Make an O with your hand and kind of flatten it out a little bit and tap your mouth once for eat. Eat. Tap twice for food. 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 Use this right as you're getting their meal ready. Say eat once, sign it, then show the food. Here's why it's useful. It helps babies connect the sign with the routine that is about to happen. It gives them a way to communicate before words. And eventually, when they're ready to eat, they will do the sign. Eat. Food. More. More. Here's how to do it. Bring your fingertips together and tap them twice. More. More. And here's when to use it. During meals, when they're leaning in or showing that they want more, sign more. Then add more food to their tray. Again, connecting the more with the action. It's useful because it helps them ask for more without fussing, and it's great for learning their hunger cues or if they want more of something, which can be a huge source of frustration if they can't communicate that. More. More. And then you add whatever you want to give more of. All done. All done. Here's how to do it. Back of hands are facing outwards, and you move them outward like you're brushing crumbs off. All done. Or you can do 2 movements with each word. All done. When can you use it? End of meals, end of play, end of bath. Say, all done, sign it, then remove the plate or toy. Here's why it's useful. This was a huge sign for us. After we set a boundary with meals, like let's just say that they were throwing food, we would remove the plate, or if they were fussing, we would sign all done and happily remove the tray without frustration. And eventually both the kids would sign all done or all done when they were done. All done. All done. Water. Water. Here's how to do it. Make a W with your 3 fingers up and tap your chin twice. Water. Water. Here's when to use it. Anytime you offer water, sign water and then hand them the water. This is useful because it helps them ask for water without whining and differentiate what they actually may need at a meal or when out. Water. Water. Milk. Milk. Here's how to do it. Open and close your fist twice like you're milking an udder. Milk. Milk. Common mistakes is keeping the thumb up, which I used to make when starting out, and another big one is moving it up and down. Milk. Milk. Here's when to use it. Right before a nursing session or breastfeeding or a bottle, sign milk, then feed. It's useful because it's a clear cue for feeding time. Babies learn this one fast, and again, is an incredible expression of a communication need before spoken language formation. Milk. Milk. The next 5 are really useful for basic needs outside of meals and fluids and can be the source of frustration if they can't communicate these. Help. Help. Here's how to do it. Make the sign language for A with your dominant hand, thumb out, fingers folded. Place it on your open palm of the non-dominant hand and lift. Help. Help. As if your non-dominant hand is helping the other up. Here's when to use it. When they're stuck or frustrated with the toy, say help and sign it and then help them, associating help with what you're doing. This is useful because it teaches them to ask for help instead of melting down. Again, help, and then you help them. Help. Up. Up. This one's easy, and here's how to do it. Point upward with one finger. Up. Up. When to use it. When they're reaching or grabbing to be held by you, which can be very frustrating for them, say up. Show the sign, then lift them up. This is useful because it encourages connection without guessing what they want. And they can be very frustrated when they want to get up, but they can't communicate that with you. Up. And then you can lift them up. Sleep. Sleep. Here's how to do it. Bring your open hand down over your face, and as it comes down, your fingers close together. Sleep. Sleep. This is different than sleepy, but can still be used for transitions to nap or bedtime. When to use it. Before a nap or bedtime, sign sleep. Say it once, then put them down. Sleep. It's useful. It helps them set a calm cue for rest, and they can even communicate their need for rest, which is amazing. Sleep. Sleep. Mommy. Daddy. Here's how to do it. For mommy, make a 5 with your hand and tap your chin twice. Mommy. For daddy, it's the forehead. Daddy. Mommy. Daddy. When to use it. When you're labeling who's who. Of course, this depends on who the parents are and the caregivers. But if they're looking for you or reaching, do the sign. It's useful because it helps babies understand relationships early. Mommy. Daddy. Change. Change. Here's how to do it. Both hands with bent fingers, and the rest of the fingers are just under the thumb. Dominant hand on top. I'm right-handed. And then you rotate so the dominant hand is coming towards you and it switches the position with the non-dominant hand. Change. Change. When to use it. Diaper changes, outfit changes, or potty learning. Whenever you change, diapers being most useful. Do the sign and say change. Change. It's useful because it makes transition smoother and reduces battles. And during potty training, it can help the child communicate with you that they need to change. Change. Remember, for all these signs, say it as you sign, make a statement and not a question, and your child will sign it back if used consistently. Their sign may not look perfectly like yours, but just like spoken language, you can perfect it. If your baby isn't signing back yet, keep modeling. Watching and absorbing always comes before doing. If they only sign when prompted, try pausing for a few seconds and see if they initiate on their own. Up. Up. And wait. If their version of a sign looks a little different, accept it. If it's consistent and meaningful, it counts. And you can repeat. Yes, up. Yes, up. Rather than saying, no, that's not how you do it. So it builds that positive reinforcement. And if baby sign language starts feeling like a chore, take a break. The best learning happens when it's fun. It can also help to give caregivers and daycare staff a quick one-page sheet of the signs you use at home so everyone can stay on the same page. If signing is more stressful to you than enjoyable, ditch it because this is not a requirement. Make it part of your daily rhythm. Meals, diaper changes, bedtime, play. Always say the word out loud while you sign it. Celebrate every attempt, even if it's close enough. Use songs and games. More milk. All done, or signing along to Twinkle Twinkle if you want to elevate your game. The more natural and playful you make it, the faster your baby connects the dots. And remember, you're not teaching vocabulary drills. You're building a shared language between you and your baby. Most babies start using gestures like pointing or waving by their first birthday. If your baby has no gestures or babbling by 12 months, or no consistent words or signs by 15 months, it's worth checking in with your pediatrician. Not using baby sign language is not a red flag, but other language and communication skills matter. And if you're confused on what those are, remember to grab my free PDFs on Milestones to Monitor in year 1 and year 1 to 2. Also, reach out if you notice any loss of skills or if your baby doesn't respond to your name or sound the way you'd expect. Sometimes it's just a difference in pace, but getting input early never hurts. Bottom line, start small. Pick 3 to 5 signs that fit your real life and expand. Be consistent, be patient, keep it playful, and use it in everyday life. The goal isn't perfect signing, it's better communication, less frustration, and a stronger bond with your baby. Try a few this week. You might be surprised by how much your baby already has to say. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it, give it a thumbs up, sign, no pun intended, and subscribe. Subscribing to my channel is what really helps it grow, and so that you don't miss any other future videos coming your way. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to catch you all next time. We're all done.